everyone, it's Michelle Lightworker here, and this is our free weekly reading for Monday the 17th of August all the way through to this Sunday the 24th of August. Actually, it's the 23rd of August. So let us begin. Now, I have been guided to so many decks, it's ridiculous. So I think I'll just wait till we get to the deck before I decide whether or not we're going to use it. The first deck I'm actually guided to use today is our Australian Bushflower Remedy Essence cards. So let's have a look and dive in as to what Spirit wants to reveal for us to focus on as a theme this week. As a collective, love that. It's nice to feel a part of. I'm getting... that's beautiful. 5 corners. It's all about self-esteem, love and acceptance of self, and self-confidence. Highly related to our solar plexus chakra and our ability to really release any shame around our bodies and around really stepping into who we truly are. And that's interesting because last week we did talk about that quite a bit. So if you feel like the pot has been a bit stirred for you and it's really challenging you, then that would be normal, because as we start to have that sense of willingness on board around loving ourselves, it brings up and resurfaces old wounds there that do need to be healed, and it's the universe's way of saying, oh good, we can deal with this and we can let this go. Because a lot of that unself-love stuff, it does contribute to cancer and things like that, because the self does not recognise the self. And some of you may have seen my post on my personal Facebook page about that over the weekend. It's really coming forward for me to share about. So let's move on. We've got our Crystal Ally cards by Nasha Ahisian. I can never pronounce it, so I just give up. Love you, Nasha. One day I hope I meet you and you can correct my pronunciation on that. Storm, yeah. Storm. Like I said, stirring the pot. Yeah. But when you think about a storm, the build-up of storm, look at the background, and then afterwards it's like clears and creates a space for that beautiful solar plexus energy, which is that yellow. Sometimes we need to allow ourselves to dive into the storm so that we can clear the way. Miracle cards by Marianne Williamson. And I forgot to mention that our Australian Bushflower Essence cards are beautiful, they are, and they're also put together by Ian White, the wonderful Ian White. Amazing people on this planet, seriously. Okay, Marianne Williamson, what have you got to tell us today? Oh, we've got 2. It's interesting. No surprises there, guys. Personal power. Ha ha ha. Commitment. Gotta love that. Okay, personal power says achievement doesn't come from what we do, but from who we are. That's it. Our worldly power results from our personal power. Our career is an extension of our personality. Wow. It's beautiful, isn't it? Thank you, Marianne. That's so perfect, isn't it? Commitment. Commitment in a relationship means commitment to the process of mutual understanding and forgiveness, no matter how many conversations it takes or how uncomfortable those conversations might sometimes be. So true. And when we have a commitment to our light and we have a commitment to stepping forward, then that's when we know we're really cooking with gas, that we're really getting to that place of love and acceptance of self. We accept that the challenge of loving ourselves is there. We acknowledge it. And we do it anyway. In our thoughts, in our ways, in our actions. What would love do? What would love choose in this situation? How can I be more loving to myself in this situation? How can I treat that person more lovingly as an extension of myself and that aspect of myself? They're all good questions to ask to help us return to love. I've got the Everyday Lightworker cards here. Oh, no surprises there. You know what it feels like? It feels like we're really being guided to work with the solar plexus, which is just there, and our heart chakra, and the marriage between the two. The personal power and the self-love, and the ability to allow ourselves to love our personal power and to celebrate it You know, really celebrate it. Even, oh, one dropped. You're not going to believe this. Unconditional love. Oh my God, I love this. Okay, I am going to read from the Everyday Lightworker Bible on love, hence the heart chakra, and solar plexus. Let's do that. Love and the solar plexus. Okay. Our solar plexus assists us to love others and ourselves equally. It especially assists us to make decisions that reflect how we value ourselves. That's true. How can I be more loving to myself in this situation? In everyday life, the way we dress, how we groom ourselves, how we feed ourselves, how we move our bodies, and where we spend our time are all ways we can love ourselves. Making choices from this space really assists us to take the good and bad out of our choices. Choices become a reflection of the statement, this is in my highest good right now. I'm sure we've read this before. Oh, we have, a couple of weeks ago. This must be really important because to get a repeated message like this within the same month, it says to me that you are being challenged, that you do need to acknowledge and validate the importance of this self-love for yourself and this love of your light. It's incredibly healing and it's incredibly important. So I'm not going to read it all again because I think we read this 2 weeks ago, but the actual affirmation is, I love, I let go, and I step up. The solar plexus gives us the power to value ourselves in relationships. It's especially important. But the thing that I keep getting is that when we're not valuing ourselves in relationships, it's because we're not valuing ourselves full stop. So it really does begin with us to make that commitment. Absolutely, make that commitment. And it may create a bit of a storm. It may create a bit of a storm in our relationships. But it is about standing into our personal power and loving ourselves unconditionally, and also loving other people unconditionally too, even if they're challenged with us stepping up into our light. And always this coming from the heart chakra and the love space for ourselves and other people. It just feels like a really repetitive message, but I feel that obviously you need to get this one. And I know for me, I can only speak from my experience. I was thinking this morning around the days in my early 20s, and people like Louise Hay were discussing, love yourself, love yourself, love yourself. And I was like, how the hell do I love myself? I don't know how to do that. I honestly said that to myself. I just don't know how to do that. And so my invitation to you is to actually start to ask yourself that question, how can I love myself in this situation, like in the present moment? Bring it back to the present moment, guys. In any situation, the gift is there, the understanding is there of how you can do that, but you really do need to be open to seeing it, and you also need to be willing to ask that question. And that is your spiritual practice. Bring yourself back into the present moment and say, right now, how can I love myself right now in this situation? And it's not about that there's any particular formula to loving yourself. It is a moment by moment experience. That vibration of love, when you call that in and you really love yourself, you feel it. It changes your cellular structure. It changes your DNA. It heals you from physical illnesses. And it actually removes fear and dissolves fear. It is very powerful. So invite that vibration in. Breathe it in. Let it fill your whole being. When you're in a situation and you're feeling fear, breathe out the fear, breathe in the love, and then ask Spirit to help you to discern what is the loving choice in this situation for me. All right, beautiful people. Love, love, love all the way, isn't it? Have a beautiful week of personal power, and I look forward to next week's reading. Enjoy.